Great Library of Alexandria. I hold a knowledge of wealth and will serve humankind for millennia.
As Caesar, I find this dangerous.
Oh!
The Pope has insisted time and time again that I paint the mural of the Sistine Chapel. He wants to send a message that rich men have no place in the kingdom of heaven. I will send my own message. All the figures will be nude, symbolizing that one's station in this life becomes irrelevant after death.
Disgusting! All these men are naked. I'm ordering loincloths to be painted on them at once.
But that's...
Heathen.
Step right up, buy one trip into heaven, get another one for a loved one free.
Hey, whoa. You can't do that. Me, Martin Luther, says that you have to earn your way into heaven. That's just wrong. It's Protestant Reformation time!
What? People are rebelling against the corrupt Catholic Church and making art that's not about Jesus? Counter-Reformation time, you're excommunicated.
Damn. The theater is the perfect place to spread social comedy to the illiterate masses. I mean, the absolute monarchy is perfect, and the Tudor family is the greatest family in the world, and Queen Elizabeth is the greatest queen in the world.
I mean, when you think about it, the Americans were attacking the British troops, and they had, like, weapons that they were throwing at them, and...
Facts don't win revolutions!
Fair point. Here's an engraving called The Bloody Massacre, depicting the Redcoats firing on the poor, unarmed American people, and I even threw a little dog in there for good measure.
Thank you! It is time to reveal my latest creation of an opera to the public. Ballo and Maschera!
Wait. Really? You want to show an opera that depicts the murder of a king on stage in France in 1858, right after an attempted assassination?
Yes?
No!
It is about this point in our timeline where we reach World War I. Of course, there was plenty of art protesting this war, but everyone was sort of okay with it because the war was very terrible and challenged prevailing ideas of death and honor. It was in this time period when poetry flourished and Kathy Kollowitz began portraying grief in her sculptures.
This leads into Picasso's Guernica, which itself was never censored and in fact protected behind bulletproof glass for its early portrayal of Nazi crimes. The Nazis, of course, forced many artists to create propaganda for them and outlawed anything made by Jewish creators or Jewish sympathizers.
After World War II, censorship and protest became less obvious. With television and eventually the internet, it became easier than ever to criticize the political and social climate. Protest art started looking more like rebellious teenagers like this.
I'm listening to angry music because I'm upset about the political climate.
Film directors started getting in on the wave, with movies such as Metropolis, a silent film protesting the harsh labor conditions in early 1900s factories, to more recent movies such as BlacKkKlansman, a movie about a black man infiltrating the KKK that has underlying messages against white nationalists, President Trump, and police brutality.
White power! Black power!
Number first.
America first! America first!
Let's unite and organize to fight racism!
Are you down for the liberation of black people?
Power to the people.
All power to all the people.
All power to all people!
Even non-artists have entered the game, flocking to Twitter, Facebook, and other social medias to spread their ideas through memes, political cartoons, and other media. Today it is becoming harder and harder for the world to be censored.
However, censorship does still come into play, even in the United States. There's a long list of books, from To Kill a Mockingbird to Harry Potter, banned for making people uncomfortable or promoting witchcraft. And though we pride ourselves on our free press, the legitimacy of that free press is questioned by those in power for seeming to have their own agendas. Next time you see a powerful figure or institution dismiss or divert attention for something that seems trivial, ask yourself what the message is that they don't want you paying attention to. After all, art can create and win revolutions.